Good morning, dear children. Let us move to the next lesson, acid, bases and salts. Acids, bases and salts. We cannot restrict the study of acid, bases and salts as a part of science because it is closely or widely related to our day-to-day life. Okay, then let's see how this acid, bases and salts is related to our everyday life. Okay. You are familiar with a lot of food materials, or you are taking a variety of food items every day. Are all the food items have the same taste? Do you think like that? No, different food materials possess different types of taste. Let us consider an example. Lemon juice and salt, then bitter gourd. Okay, you know the taste of lemon juice, actually it is sour in taste. Then about salt, it is salty in taste. Okay, then about bitter gourd, actually it is bitter in taste. Okay, here the three different food materials possess three different tastes. Similarly, different types of food materials possess different types of taste. You know the reason for that? Why different food items possess different types of taste? Actually, it arises due to the presence of acids, bases and salts. Okay, different food materials possess different types of taste due to the presence of acids, bases and salts. Okay, let's see about acids. Actually, the word acid that came from a Latin word acir, which means sour. Okay, the word acid that came from a Latin word acir, which means sour. Isn't it? The word acid that came from a Latin word acir, which means sour. Then what are acids? Before that, we can consider an example for an acid. That is, we take here hydrochloric acid. An example, hydrochloric acid. Okay, hydrochloric acid. This can be written as HCl. Okay, HCl. That is hydrochloric acid. Actually, this acid contains this H, that stands for hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom, and Cl, that stands for chlorine atom. Okay, that is hydrochloric acid contains hydrogen atom and chlorine atom. If you take any acid, we can observe that hydrogen is common in all acids. That means every acid contains this hydrogen atom. Every acid contains this hydrogen atom. So we can say acids are compounds. Acids are compounds in which one of the elements that make up an acid molecule is always the hydrogen atom. Always the hydrogen atom. Okay. Acids are compounds in which one of the elements that makes up an acid molecule is always the hydrogen atom. Okay, can you say what are acids? Acids are compounds in which one of the elements that makes up this acid molecule is always the hydrogen atom. Okay, and here different types of food materials contain different types of acids. Okay, different food items contains different types of acids. Let's see one by one the different types of acids and the different types of food materials. These are some food items and the acid contained in it. Okay, here the vinegar that contains the acid, acetic acid. Then apple contains the acid, malic acid. Then grapes that contains tartaric acid. Then soft drinks that contain carbonic acid. Then curd that contains lactic acid. And citrus fruits such as lemon and oranges that contains citric acid. Okay, vinegar contains acetic acid, then apple contains malic acid, then grapes that contain tartaric acid, then soft drinks contain carbonic acid, then curd contains lactic acid, then citrus fruits contains citric acid. Okay, once more, vinegar contains acetic acid, then apple contains malic acid, then grapes that contains tartaric acid, then soft drinks that contain carbonic acid, and curd that contains lactic acid, and citrus fruits that contains citric acid. These are the different types of acids. Okay. Let's see the properties of acids. Okay, what are the properties of acids? The first is acids taste sour. Okay, acids taste sour. The sour taste of lemon juice or lemon and oranges are due to the presence of citric acid. Okay, the sour taste of lemons and oranges is due to the presence of citric acid. You know the taste of curd, it is also sour because of lactic acid. Okay, the curd tastes sour because of lactic acid. So the first property of acids are acids taste sour. Acids taste sour. Okay, and the second, acids dissolve in water. Okay, acids dissolve in water. Actually, most of the acids that readily dissolve in water and the water becomes acidic. Okay, most of the acids that readily dissolve in water and make the water as acidic. Okay, when we add water to a concentrated acid, it becomes diluted. Okay, when we add water to a concentrated acid, it becomes diluted. Okay, and when we mix water and acid, we have to remember one thing. Okay, that is, you have to add the acid slowly to the water. Okay, you have to add acid slowly to the water. Do not add water to the concentrated acid. Okay, do not add water to the concentrated acid. Okay, you know, when water and acid mixes, actually heat is produced. Okay, heat is produced. And when we add water to acid, actually what happening here is a concentrated solution of acid is first created. Okay, when we add, suppose if we add water to an acid, it forms a solution of concentrated acid. Okay, you know, when acids mix with water, heat is produced. Okay, and when we add water to an acid, what happening here is an extremely concentrated acid is created first. Okay, suppose if we add water to a concentrated acid, an extremely concentrated solution of acid is created, and due to this a high amount of heat is released and the solution will boil violently. Okay, that is why it is preferred that we have to add acid very slowly to the water. Okay, okay, that is the second property, acids dissolve in water. Okay, and the next property is acids are corrosive. Acids are corrosive. You know what is corrosion? Actually, it is the destruction or damage of living tissue or materials due to chemical reaction. Okay, the damage or the destruction of living tissue or other materials due to chemical reaction, that is called corrosion. The best example is actually the rusting of iron. That is the best example for corrosion, rusting of iron. Here the acids can cause corrosion to metals. Okay, acids can cause corrosion to metals, then living tissues, then wood, then cloth, and also limestone. Okay, that is why we can say acids are corrosive. Okay, acids can cause corrosion to a living tissue, then metals, then wood, then clouds, and also limestone. Okay, and the next property is acid can be strong or weak. Okay, acids can be strong or weak. There are some acids which are strong and there are some other acids which are weak. Okay, here the hydrochloric acid, then sulfuric acid, then phosphoric acid, nitric acid, they can be considered as strong acid. Then weak acid actually acetic acid, then formic acid, then carbonic acid, tannic acid, tartaric acid, this can be considered as weak acid. Okay, also we can say the acid that present in food products are generally weak. The acid that present in food products are generally weak. Okay, and here we have the properties of acid. The first is acid tastes sour, then acids dissolve in water, then acids are corrosive, then acids can be strong or weak. Okay, acids taste sour, then acids dissolve in water, then acids are corrosive, then acids can be strong or weak. Okay, that is about the properties of acids. Let's see the classification of strong acids and weak acids. Okay, what are the acids that comes under strong acids and what are the acids that comes under weak acids? Okay, let's see. Strong acids actually it includes hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, then nitric acid and phosphoric acid. Okay, strong acids include hydrochloric acid, then sulfuric acid, then nitric acid and phosphoric acid. And here the weak acids actually includes citric acid, then lactic acid, then acetic acid, then carbonic acid and then tannic acid. Okay, the weak acids include citric acid, lactic acid, acetic acid, then carbonic acid and tannic acid. Okay, that is about strong and weak acids. Next about the uses of acids. Okay, uses of acids. Generally acids are used in industries and are present in many of our everyday products. Okay, it has a wide range of use in industries and are present in many of our everyday products. Okay, and let's see some important acids and their uses. The first is nitric acid. Okay, actually nitric acid that is used in fertilizers, then plastics, then photographic films, then explosives and dyes. Okay, then what are the uses of nitric acid? It is used in fertilizers, then plastics, then photographic films, then explosives and dyes. Okay, the next is sulfuric acid. Okay, actually it is used in automobile batteries, then fertilizers, paints, then plastics and dyes. Okay, can you say the uses of sulfuric acid? It is used in automobile batteries, then fertilizers, then paints, plastics and dyes. Okay, the next about hydrochloric acid. Okay, actually it is used to remove rust from metals. Hydrochloric acid is used to remove rust from metals. Also, you know, in our stomach, hydrochloric acid is present. Then what is the use of the hydrochloric? What is the role of hydrochloric acid in our stomach? Actually, it is used to help digest food. Okay, it is used to digest food. Then another use is to remove rust from metals. Okay, once more, uses of nitric acid. It is used as fertilizers, then plastics, then photographic films, then explosives and dyes. Then next, sulfuric acid. It is used in automobile batteries, then fertilizers, then paints, then plastics and dyes. Then hydrochloric acid, which is used to remove rust from metals. Also the hydrochloric acid present in your stomach that help to digest food. Okay, that is about the important acids and their uses. Okay. Next about bases. Okay, bases. Actually, bases have a soapy feel and bitter taste. Okay. Bases have soapy feel and bitter taste. Actually, bases are compounds which contains oxygen. Okay, bases are compounds which contain oxygen or oxygen along with hydrogen. Okay, bases are compounds which contain oxygen or oxygen along with the hydrogen. The bases that contains oxygen are called oxides. Okay, the bases that contains oxygen are called oxides, and the bases that contain oxygen along with the hydrogen are called hydroxide. Okay, here the bases are compounds that contains oxygen or oxygen along with the hydrogen. Isn't it? And here, if the base that contains oxygen are called what? Oxides. Okay, what are oxides? Bases that contains oxygen are called oxides. Okay, bases that contains oxygen are called oxides. Suppose if the bases that contains oxygen along with the hydrogen, okay, they are called hydroxide. What are hydroxides? Bases that contain oxygen along with the hydrogen are called hydroxide. Okay, bases that contains oxygen along with the hydrogen are called hydroxides. So we have different types of oxides and hydroxides. Okay, let's see some examples for basic oxides and basic hydroxides. Okay, here the basic oxides, which includes calcium oxide, then magnesium oxide and barium oxide. These are some examples for basic oxides. Okay, what are the examples for basic oxides? Calcium oxide, magnesium oxide, then barium oxide. Then let's see the examples for basic hydroxides. Sodium hydroxide, then potassium hydroxide, then calcium hydroxide. Okay, examples for basic hydroxides are sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide and then calcium hydroxides. Okay, these are about the basic oxides and basic hydroxides. Next, about properties of bases. Okay, properties of bases. When a base that reacts with acid form salt and water. Okay, when a base is reactive with acid form salt and water. That is, acid plus base gives salt plus water. When a base reactive with acid form salt and water. Okay, acid plus base gives salt plus water. That means when an acid or a base that reacts with acid, they neutralize. Okay, they neutralize. That means they cancel out each other's properties. Okay, when a base is reactive with acid, they cancel out each other's property. That means they get neutralized to form salt and water. That is the first property. In a base reactive with acid to form salt and water. Okay, and the second property is some bases are dissolved in water. Some bases are dissolved in water. Okay, the base that dissolved readily in water, that is called an alkali. Okay, what is meant by alkali? The base that readily dissolved in water. A base that readily dissolved in water is called an alkali. An example for alkali is actually washing soda. That is an example for alkali. You know what is an alkali? A base that readily dissolved in water is called an alkali. Example for alkali is washing soda. Okay. And when a base that dissolved in water, actually it feels slippery on the skin. Okay, when a base that dissolved in water feels slippery on the skin. Okay, that is the second property. Some bases dissolve in water. Okay, the base that dissolve readily in water is called an alkali. An example for alkali is pot washing soda. But all bases are not dissolved in water. Some bases only dissolved in water. Okay, and the next property is some bases are corrosive. Some bases are corrosive. Like acids here, strong bases are there, also weak bases are there. That means some bases are strong and some other bases are weak. Okay, and here the strong bases can cause corrosion. That means it can damage living tissue. Strong bases can cause corrosion. That means it can damage living tissue. Okay, these are the important properties of bases. First is when a base that reacts with acid to form salt and water. And the second is some bases are dissolved in water. And the third is some bases are corrosive. Okay, once more, when a base reacts with acid to form salt and water, then some bases are dissolved in water, then some bases are corrosive in nature. Okay. Next about the uses of bases. Uses of bases. Okay. Actually strong bases that can be used as drain cleaners. Strong bases can be used as drain cleaners. For example, sodium hydroxide that can be used as drain cleaners. Also, the strong bases dissolve grease, and it is used to help removing dirt. Okay, strong bases dissolve grease and helping removing dirt. Okay, and here we have some bases and their uses. Okay, we have certain, for example, for bases and their uses. The first, sodium hydroxide. Okay, what is the use of sodium hydroxide? Actually, it is used in the manufacture of paper, soaps and detergents. Sodium hydroxide is used in the manufacture of paper, then soaps and detergents. Okay, the next is potassium hydroxide. Actually, it is used in the manufacture of soaps and batteries. Potassium hydroxide is used in the manufacture of soaps and batteries. The next is calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide is used in the manufacture of mortar and plaster. Actually, mortar is a kind of paste that is used in the construction of buildings. Okay, so calcium hydroxide is used in the manufacture of mortar and plaster. Then ammonia, that is used in the manufacture of nitric acid and fertilizers. Ammonia is used in the manufacture of nitric acid and fertilizers. Okay, let's see sodium hydroxide that can be used as drain cleaner, and also it is used in the manufacture of paper, soaps and detergents. Sodium hydroxide is used in the manufacture of paper, soaps and detergents. Then potassium hydroxide is used in the manufacture of soaps and batteries. Then calcium hydroxide that is used in the manufacture of mortar and plaster. Then ammonia that is used in the manufacture of nitric acid and fertilizers. That is about the uses of different bases. After summarizing the things that we have learned today, we can conclude today's class. Okay, first we have learned about acids. What are acids? Actually, acids are compounds in which one of the element that makes up an acid is always the hydrogen atom. The next we have learned different types of acids. The next about the important properties of acids. Okay, acids taste sour, then acids dissolved in water, acid cause corrosive, then acids can have strong or weak. Okay, the next we learned the important uses of certain acids. The next came to bases. Okay, actually bases are compounds which contains oxygen or oxygen along with hydrogen. Bases that contains oxygen are called oxides, and the bases that contains oxygen along with the hydrogen are called hydroxides. Okay, the next we learn about the properties of bases. When a base that react with the acid to form salt and water, the next some bases that dissolve in water, and some bases cause corrosion. Okay, the next we learn some important bases and their uses. Okay, that is the end of today's class. Thank you, children.